We started from the bottom. Now we're here. We are. We have finally done it, guys. We have made it. We are in the Super Bowl. And Justin Fields is back for our Super Bowl game. So we will be able to have a full team taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And Ezekiel Elliott with Dak Prescott. Unless they let Dak Prescott go, I'm not 100% sure who they have. I do need to go and look at it. But, we are in the playoffs. I'm actually really excited because this is the first playoff. This is the first Super Bowl we've made now. And it didn't take us too awful long with a few good drafts and really smart free agent signing. Cannon went up a dev trait, so he's hidden now. But this team has really put it all together, and we're gonna see if we can finish it off strong. Let's go ahead and take a really quick look at the Cowboys roster. And they do still have Dak Prescott, a 90 overall superstar dev quarterback. And he has anchored extender while in the pocket with this ability, are almost guaranteed to break the first sack, which is going to be a little rough for us. And gutsy scrambler passes with this ability are immune to throw penalties caused by defensive pressure while on the run. So Dak Prescott going to be a rough one to go against. And then they have Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. Mari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, John Vad Johnson, Jared Cook is tight end, Blake Jarwin as their number 2. They've got a really stout team. Tyron Smith in 92 is injured. They will not have Tyron Smith for the Super Bowl, so that's going to leave a big gap there on that left side. The left side actually looking very weak. Zach Martin, though, very good right guard. Holy crap, 99 overall superstar dev. He's got post up, and he has a screen protector. Blockers with this ability will dominantly win impact blocks on screen plays. I do like that little cover looking thing. And Leo Collins, they have a really good O-line. DeMarcus Lawrence, their edge rusher, is going to be rough to go against for our team. They also picked up Vic Beasley Jr. They will be running Todd Davis because Nicholas Moreau is out due to injury. Jalen Smith, though, will be on that right side with a superstar ability. And he has secure tackler and lumberjack. Defenders with this ability will not allow broken tackles and cause more fumbles when sticking ball carriers. So we're going to have to be really careful if we run to that right side. Luckily, we normally run to the left. And then the cornerbacks are not looking as good as they could. They have Xavier Woods as a free safety. And then Himsa. And I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that last name. So Cowboys looking like a pretty decent team, but they do have some injuries. Let's go ahead and get into this Super Bowl game. I'm nervous, guys. I'm very nervous. I also want to show real quick before we get started, we are on all pro simulations. Why am I on simulation? Should be in competitive. But we'll do simulation for this game, and then we'll switch back to competitive. I didn't know it switched me off of competitive, which might be why it got a little bit easier. But this New York Jets team is ready to get to their second Super Bowl in franchise history. We're going to have to go into this game with them Gotham Blacks. Oh, we don't want that. I can find a decent one for the Cowboys. They've been around for 1,000 years. They should have a few different uniforms. I'm going to run them into their current color rush. I kind of like that blue on white. The shoulders being blue. Justin Fields and Denzel Mims getting ready. Marcus Mariota leading us through the playoffs. But this is definitely the game where I would much rather have Justin Fields over Marcus Mariota. We are in Arizona. Mike McCarthy trying to get everybody pumped up here. Telling Dak, come on, you got this. We're telling Justin Fields the same thing on our side. Everybody's coming to the middle of the field. We're not sure who won the coin toss here. But Jakeem Griffin putting that nub in there saying, we got this, guys. And let's get this Super Bowl started. Opening kickoff. And the Cowboys will get first possession of the half. And they're going to take a touchback. And out trots Dak Prescott. 11 interceptions, 23 touchdowns, 3,500 yards, 302 attempts, 488 attempts, 302 completions. Very good accuracy for him with that O-line. But we're going to try to disrupt him as much as we can. And we know that Zeke is going to be a big factor for us. For them. And there he goes, starting it out and only getting 40 yards on the first carry. So it makes it a 2nd and 6, coming out in a 3 wide receiver set. Jets coming out, showing press coverage. And that's Amari Cooper. At least I think that's Amari Cooper. That could have been CeeDee Lamb. I'm not entirely sure who's what number. No, that was CeeDee Lamb. That is my mistake. That was CeeDee Lamb. Amari Cooper is their X-Factor wide receiver. And Dak Prescott taking a sack. And that's going to bring up a big 2nd and 13 now. Defense pushing them. We know that they're going to be a little weaker on this left side here. We're bringing in man coverage, and Shaquem Griffin getting in for the sack now. Back-to-back sacks. Justin Fields saying this defense is strong, guys. They are strong over here. But Shaquem Griffin with that sack. His first Super Bowl sack. And not a great opening drive here for this Cowboys team. The Jets in a man coverage look, expecting the pass. Ezekiel Elliott not on the field. Oh yeah, he is. He's in the slot. On that other side, they go for streaks with a guy coming out the middle. And Nick Cannon. That's not his name. Merlin Cannon? Cannon with the sack. Coming off of that. Coming off of the edge? Yeah, coming off of the edge. Darrell Cannon. 3 names later, and we finally get it right. And that's going to force a punt by the Cowboys. So hopefully we can keep up this head of steam. And Wallace gonna field it and get to about the 44-yard line before getting taken down. Good starting field position for the offense here. A very bad punt. And looking at Justin Fields, 284 completions out of 458 attempts, 3,789 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions on the season. Let's go ahead and start out our game with our team MVP. A guy we could not win without. Alvin Kamara with a good little starting run. And that was something I noticed there about Dallas. They didn't run the ball a lot on that opening drive. I figured they would have, having Zeke. But they apparently wanted to rely on Dak, and didn't work out. And Alvin Kamara stopped at the line of scrimmage there. So that's going to make it a 3rd and 7. We're not going to be looking for anything super fancy here, just trying to get the first down. But nobody open. We throw to Mims, but it was inaccurate on the run, forcing a very quick 3 and out for us against this Cowboys defense. Justin Fields still may be feeling the effects of that injury. And, ooh, and they pick it up, and they get to the 14. I don't think he meant to pick that up, though. I think he got blocked into the ball, and it was either pick it up or let it touch him. Looks like they're going to run with Elliott on this first down, but they don't. They go to the air, and Marcus Williams with a big hit, jarring the ball loose for the incomplete pass. Saying, hey, I want this Super Bowl just as bad as anybody, and here comes Zeke. But Zeke not able to get back to the line. He gets a little bit of past the line. I thought he lost some yards there, but I was wrong. This defense actually all hyped up over here on the Cowboys, saying we stopped Alvin Kamara. The guy just had a killer game last week. And here goes Dak rolling out, and the middle linebackers both coming down to try to stop him. And actually giving them a chance to get that first down. Some broken coverage on that, watching Dak scramble. And having nobody there on that side caused a lot of panic. And Zeke with some nice cuts to get a good amount of yards there. It's 2nd and 4 now. They are definitely mixing up some run and passes here. It's keeping this defense on guard, and that is another first down to CeeDee Lamb. Denzel Ward on that coverage, not able to keep up with the young guy. And Zeke with some nice cuts, making another big run for them, which brings up a 2nd and 4. And the Jets in press coverage. And the press coverage does not pay off, thinking that they were going to pass again on 2nd down, but they run. Zeke gets a first. And now this Cowboys offense rolling down the field. Blake Cashman bounces off of the runner. Pollard there with a nice 9-yard run. Zeke not in, and they didn't think that it was going to be a run. And Pollard again on the handoff. Marcus May coming in and misses the tackle down at the 6. Cowboys just running all over this Jets defense now. And it's a toss out to Zeke. Cashman can't make the tackle, and that is a touchdown, Cowboys. So Cowboys the first to score, just running it up the gut, running all over this New York Jets defense, which is sort of starting to get built to stop situations like that, but unable to succeed. Some defensive adjustments are going to have to happen here on the next drive, but let's see if the offense can answer this touchdown that the Cowboys have just put up onto the field. And Goodwin getting out to about the 25-yard line, right on that Super Bowl logo. And out trot the Jets. Getting ready to open this up. The man coverage with the backed off look here. They're going to run it up the gut, and no block from the center there. So Alvin Kamara only getting a yard. Reed Humphrey missing a major block there that could have given Alvin Kamara a huge hole. Alvin Kamara getting a few yards there. It's 3rd and 6. So now this Jets offense looking to convert for a first down again. Hoping to not go 3 and out here. Denzel Mims breaking his coverage, but can he hold on to the ball? And he does for a Jets first. Justin Fields' first completion of the day. Goes for 11 yards. The Jets have been running really heavy on 1st and 2nds. And it's a play action. The Cowboys not looking for it. O.J. Howard with the reception and another first down at the Cowboys 39-yard line. That's a 22-yard reception for O.J. Howard. A play action really catching them off guard. And the Jets are starting to move the ball. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Jets still looking to capitalize here. They are in great field position to start the second quarter. They are at the least in field goal range. So they are expecting some points as long as they don't turn the ball over. Alvin Kamara getting a good little push there. He's up to 10 yards on the day. Only 2 yards per carry. Gotta think the Cowboys are really looking for him after last week's Player of the Week with almost 300 yards on the ground. Justin Fields with another play action. Denzel Mims wide open and brings it in for 22-yard reception down at the 14-yard line. The Jets' passing game looking like it is really heating up here in the second quarter and the second possession. The Cowboys' backs against the wall. Wide open is Wallace, and he brings it in. And that's going to be a 2nd and 1. And the Jets just driving down on this drive here. And it's a screen pass to Kamara, and he is going to get in for the score. The Jets retaliate from the previous touchdown by the Cowboys and looking to tie the game back up. This is a good Super Bowl so far, folks. We're going for the extra point, and it is good. Alvin Kamara with the Super Bowl touchdown. On the screen pass, probably more hoping for the run, but he will take it. Team MVP still putting the team on his shoulders. Justin Fields looking great on that last drive. Very accurate. A whole different Justin Fields than what we saw in his rookie year. He has worked on making sure that he is getting the ball where it needs to be and not in the hands of the other team. And it's a run by Zeke, and they are going to get there quick, though. Coming out in these 3 wide receiver packages, making it a little bit harder to know what they're going to do. That's a play fake, but nobody is really too fooled there, especially Teamer. He is going to take that sack all day. And after that sack, the Cowboys definitely going to have to pass it here. 3rd and 12. And a wide open guy down the middle of the field. CJ Mosley caught over on the wrong side, thinking that somebody else would have covered. And that's going to be a Cowboys 1st down. And here comes Zeke again, but not getting too far on that rush. Only a yard. And that's going to make it 2nd and 9. Marcus May on the tackle. So, on the 2nd and 9, Cowboys coming out with Zeke in the backfield. And unable to make the completion. Denzel Ward on the deflection saying, "Not today." The Jets man defense really coming up strong here, and Dak Prescott getting hit on the throw, able to get it out to his guy, but they are not able to get the first. It is 4th and 4. So they're going to have to punt it away for the 2nd time this game. Still no turnovers by either team. Both teams playing very smart football. And that's going to be out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Alvin Kamara, 5 rushes for only 10 yards so far. Still looking to break that big run set that he normally does. And the Cowboys showing a man or a press coverage with a zone look. And everybody's backing up into zones, and Alvin Kamara finds a hole. And Alvin Kamara gets 20 yards on the play. Or 15 yards on the play. He went from having 10 yards of rushing to 25. Finding a nice big hole there. Finally starting to move the football on the ground against this Cowboys defense, whom looks like is very good at stopping the run. Alvin Kamara making a bounce, and he just about gets another first down. 7 rushes for 34 yards today. And we're going to put the ball in the hands of Justin Fields here. Seeing what he can do. Wide open receiver is Wallace, and he's going to bring it in for the first. Justin Fields is looking on point with the team today. After missing all of the playoffs due to injury and Marcus Mariota having to come in and be the starter for the past 3 games. This Jets team is on a roll here. Got a guy in motion. Doesn't see anything, and Fields is gonna take the hit. Hey, what's up, Chris? Oh yeah, dude, well, this isn't my face of the franchise. This is my regular franchise mode. You missed yesterday's stream. Alvin Kamara ran for like 300 yards. Oh, by the way, you have mod now. You're actually one of the moderators of my streams. Alvin Kamara with a run. A nice little juke. Alvin Kamara getting a nice chunky yards there. Just because you're extremely consistent on being in my streams, especially my sports streams. So if people are in the chat doing things obnoxiously. Oh, no, you're good, man. But yeah, Alvin Kamara had a hell of a game. We actually, just to recap you from yesterday, or actually the past 2 streams, I don't think you were in here the day before either. Justin Fields on the last game of the season got injured, so he was out all of the playoffs. Our starting quarterback was out. We ended up having to play with Marcus Mariota for the playoffs. It was like a Philadelphia with Carson Wentz and Nick Foles situation. And we ended up putting the team on Alvin Kamara's back. Almost 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like, he was just a beast. And he's continuing to be a beast. Another first down for Alvin Kamara. Marcus Mariota? No, but he's extremely inaccurate. The Jets looking to take the lead here before halftime. And a nice little dump off screen to Denzel Mims. Getting a few yards there. But yeah, Marcus Mariota only had like almost 200 yards through the air, and the rest of it was all Alvin Kamara. And they're picking up on the screen that time, and they are not having it. That's going to bring up a big 3rd and 12 for the Jets. And we're seeing some pressure look here, so we're going to pull O.J. Howard in. See if we can get A.J. Green open. A.J. Green wide open down the field, but there's a penalty, and he drops the ball. And a holding call against the offense. Creed Humphrey with the first penalty of the game. They're going to elect to decline and bring us into a 4th down situation. Big pressure kick here by the kicker. And he makes it in. Game is 7-10. And Dallas has all 3 timeouts and a little under a minute to go in the half. So the Jets are going to be really trying to hold on to the lead. And here's some of these sack highlights on Dak Prescott, who has had a rough day in the back without his starting left side. And they are definitely in passing situational football right now, so we want to make sure that everybody is where they need to be. Hey, this Jets game's going phenomenal, man. I knew the Jets were going to lose to the Bills in week 1. I called that the other day. Like, I straight up knew they were going to lose to the Bills. The Bills have a pretty good team at this point. And our head coach is a fucking joke. Like, hashtag bring back Rex Ryan. Oh, and it gives me a guy I didn't want. And the Cowboys starting to move down the field. They are now trying to take the lead into the half. Ben looked really good. Ben Roethlisberger looked really good against the Giants. But the Giants aren't super defensively loaded either. Once Ben started getting his groove and they figured out what the Giants were doing, they never changed their defensive playing. Now, watching Kansas City run the ball as much as they did in week 1, that shocked me. Dak Prescott getting hit for another sack. And they are not calling a timeout here. They have 6 seconds left, and there's the timeout. They might be going for the field goal. And they are. They're coming out in field goal lineup. And I couldn't get the timeout in, and the field goal is no good. Just short, very long kick there for the Cowboys. Maybe. It's going to depend on how healthy they can stay. Like, if they can stay healthy, yes. But they also still have a lot of issues on that defense. Their defense is not as spectacular. Who the hell did they play that game? It was Kansas City versus... Man, the other team was so bad, I can't even remember who they were. Who did Kansas City play? For the life of me, I cannot remember who they played. I know it wasn't the Rams. It would help if I switch this to week 1. The Texans. Okay, yeah, that's right, because I was really shocked the Texans didn't play better with... But they got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. So that was kind of my feel on it. Was since they got rid of, like, their best wide receiver and they really had nobody to step up. I don't know why I couldn't remember it was the Texans. Oh, yeah, it's only the first week, but still. Alvin Kamara with a little run there to open up the half. Dak Prescott not looking happy, and I'm actually pretty happy that we got this ball back first in the second half. Because we can try running down the clock a little bit more. And keep the ball out of the hands of Dak, who statistically wise was actually very accurate this year. Like Le'Veon Bell? Bell is in Lev Bell, or what Bell are you referring to? Le'Veon Bell got hurt. He tore his ACL or something? Yeah, he got hurt really early in the game. But I already knew that Le'Veon Bell signing was a lot of hype and there was going to be a lot of no action. Like, I said that years ago that they should not have signed Lev Bell. Not after taking a season off. The only reason Le'Veon Bell did as good as he did was his offensive line. Denzel Mims with a reception and fighting off Diggs. Yeah, Le'Veon Bell got hurt in that game. There was a reason he didn't do well. I mean, he didn't do well last season with the Jets either. Adam Gase, he had a good offensive line to run behind. That's the thing. If you have a good offensive line, anybody in the NFL can be a good runner. As long as they can hold on to the ball. There's a flag down. I'm going to assume it's a holding call. But anybody in the NFL can do good if they have a good offensive line. Half of what a runner can do depends on what he can get at the line of scrimmage. O.J. Howard making up for the penalty. And we have an injured offensive lineman here. Not what we want to see for this game. Alvin Kamara with a big run. And that's a touchdown. And that should put him in the zone. Touchdown. That's a first down. That should put him in the zone. We're going to go ahead and bring this guard back in. Need him for this game. But yeah, if you think of what Pittsburgh had for an offensive line those seasons that Le'Veon Bell was there, they had one of the top O-lines in the league. And that's right out of the zone for Alvin Kamara. Got in and went right back out. Justin Fields with the play action. Has an open guy and almost throws the interception. Way off target on the mark there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 12 for the New York Jets, who have been rolling this drive. And Fields calling an audible. Gets it down to Herndon, but Herndon can't make a play on it. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 8. So the Jets are going to opt to take another field goal here. And the field goal is good. So the score now, 13-7. Yeah, I've only gotten 1 touchdown so far, as has the Cowboys. This is a Super Bowl, man. These teams ain't easy, man. They came to play. They're going to hand off to Zeke. Cashman getting held up there. And that is a first down. Ezekiel Elliott 9 rushes for 47 yards. Zeke starting to kind of get rolling, showing what he was showing in the end of the first half there. Well, I don't intentionally let them get touchdowns. And Zeke bouncing off a defender, but getting stopped there by Quentin Williams. Bringing up a 2nd and 9. This is actually a really stout Cowboys team, dude. Oh, and CJ Mosley couldn't really get a position on the ball there. Could have been an interception by the Jets, the first turnover of the game. But nobody can get their hands on it. And Marcus Williams not able to hit that stop there and break it up. Amari Cooper with a nice reception. Head coach not looking too happy here. Dak Prescott with just good situational awareness there, knowing where he needed to get the ball. Bringing up a new set of downs. Got some motion here by the Cowboys. And they're going to run it with Zeke up the middle, and Zeke's going to get stopped for a minimal gain. Only a yard. The Jets finally starting to realize that run game being dangerous and starting to stop it here. And here comes CJ Mosley off the edge, and that is a catch by Amari Cooper. Cooper going to get some yards after the catch, and Troy Apke going to be the one to bring him down. And that's going to bring them up to a 1st and goal. So this is where we're going to be looking a lot for a lot of plays by Zeke and try to make sure with the power chin going. We're watching a lot for Zeke here and bringing a lot of press coverage. Oh God, what was going on there in the middle? Whatever it was worked. They were going inside of each other and disappearing. Just becoming one gigantic player in the center. You gotta wonder how the Cowboys are gonna handle this one. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage is Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott on the move, and Marcus May makes the tackle out of bounds for a 4th and goal. Saving the touchdown is Marcus May, even with the confusion and the flipping the play around. The Jets bend, but they do not break, holding the Cowboys to a field goal on this drive. So the Cowboys finally answer 2 straight possessions by the Jets down for field goals. And Goodwin going to come out with it. And he's going to get to the 28-yard line. 3 extra yards. And looking at Alvin Kamara, he has definitely picked it up in the second half. But still no rushing touchdowns yet. And Alvin Kamara on the screen gets some blocks here. Alvin Kamara with a 1st down. Bringing Justin Fields up to 141 yards in the air today. The Jets come out with a run up the middle with Alvin Kamara. He breaks the first tackle and reaches forward. And he gets the 1st down. Moving those chains. Just Alvin Kamara bouncing off the first broken tackle there and reaching forward to get the 1st. Getting every yard he can from scrimmage. showing why he is the Jets' most valuable player. And nothing on that run. Getting just back to the line. Jets coming out in a 3 tight end formation, or 2 tight end formation. And that's going to end the quarter right there. A very close, good Super Bowl here between these two teams, the Jets and the Cowboys. The Jets coming back out in this 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver formation. Denzel Mims coming across the field and a big hit there, but holds on to the ball. Denzel Mims with 69 yards through the air now. Really showing up and showing the potential to be a wide receiver 1 permanently for this team. After a terrible first 2 seasons for him with a lot of drop passes. The Jets coming out with quite a few receivers here. 3 wide receivers and 2 tight ends lined up in wide receiver spots. And can't quite get the ball there. Fields inaccurate on that pass. A lot of pressure coming in off the sides. He looked like he was getting ready to scramble. Just couldn't get the ball in. Jets got a guy in motion. It's Mims. And they're going to toss to Kamara, and he's going to get a few yards here. But nothing too major. Mike McCarthy having a talk with his team. Trying to get a game plan together. So that makes it 3rd and 8 here. Justin Fields has a guy in the back. Alvin Kamara actually going to jump to the other side. Has him in motion. And almost intercepted again by the Cowboys, but can't quite hold on to it. Trying to get that high point pass in there. And here comes a field goal attempt. And it is good. So the Jets go back up by 6. Only a touchdown separating these two teams. Going into the 4th quarter. The Cowboys defense really looking good here on these past few drives, only allowing the field goals, but the Jets only allowing 1 out of the past few drives. So we're going to see if Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott can get it together on this drive to take the lead over the Jets, or if they're going to attempt to get another field goal here. And nobody in the backfield for Prescott. That's a nice little throw and catch there, getting them a few yards. Taking what they can get. Marcus May coming in for the tackle, but not before Ezekiel Elliott gets the first down. TJ Mosley telling everybody to move around here. They get a guy open down underneath. Darrell Cannon getting injured on this play. So the Jets losing another player. We'll have to wait and see how bad that injury is, but that's an defensive lineman. Something you do not want to lose against this Cowboys offense. And CJ Mosley with a big hit. And the Cowboys are driving. And another big hit by CJ Mosley to CeeDee Lamb. And a roughing the passer call on Quentin Williams. That is huge at this point in the game, because that brings the Cowboys into an amazing field position here. TJ Mosley on coverage of Amari Cooper. And Cooper brings it in and can't hold on to it. Amari Cooper just blazing out there on CJ Mosley. Can't keep up. You got to think the Jets need to start bringing that pressure on Dak again. They were doing much better when they were bringing the pressure. And it's a screen pass. But Robertson getting there and noticing it. Good awareness there by the outside linebacker. Making sure that he does not succeed at that play. Cannon back out on the field. Dak in trouble. And there is a penalty on the play. We're going to see what it is. I feel it's a hold. No, another roughing the passer. This time on the safety. And the Cowboys at the 6-yard line. And Zeke gonna take it in for the walk-in touchdown. Pretty much untouched. So now it's a tie game, and the Cowboys looking to take it over by 1 point here. And they get the field goal after two roughing the passer calls on that drive. The Cowboys get a nice score. And Goodwin gonna bring this one out. He's been doing pretty good on return so far. But he's going to be taken down at the 22-yard line, so loss of 3 yards there. You got to think, what are the Jets going to come up with on this drive? It's been field goal after field goal. They need a touchdown to really get a nice advantage. O.J. Howard bringing in the one-handed catch. A huge play by the tight end there. The field saying, hey, I can still throw this ball and we can still stay in this game. Alvin Kamara wide open, trying to get a little bit more out of that spin move. And we got Eifert down again. O-lineman going down. Well, I mean, we've been pretty consistent on getting field goals, so I'm not super concerned about it. But it's a matter of the defense having to step up and stop Zeke. Like, I throw a lot of, like, pressure plays, and they miss a lot of them. We are 2 yards short here. And Justin Fields changing the play here at the line. And Griffin can't bring it in. We actually have an out player. And not able to get it on the fake. They were looking for it. So the Cowboys going to take over in great field position. The Jets trying a little bit of trickery on that play. And it not working out. Zeke getting the ball. A lot of press coverage coming in here. CJ Mosley getting the stop there. And that's his third tackle for a loss today. So now the Cowboys in a passing situation, trying to kind of run out the clock and not give the Jets the chance. And Dak Prescott can't get it. No, they had me stacked on that one side. I had nowhere to go on a run. But the defense steps up, and they are not in field goal range. Wallace back to return the punt, but they're going to kick it out of bounds at the 14-yard line. So now the Jets get another chance to go down the field and score. And Alvin Kamara going to make a little bit of a maneuver there to try to get as much yardage as he can. But not much room. They give it to Kamara here again. A little bit of a spin move gets him out. And they're flipping the play here at the line of scrimmage in a hurry-up situation. Alvin Kamara with the screen. Alvin Kamara with an open field and gets down the field to the 35-yard line. And still in a hurry up here by this Jets team. Oh no! Ooh! Almost a big interception there by the Cowboys that could have put the game on ice. And we hit the 2-minute warning here. And the Jets with a run. And Alvin Kamara, is he counted as out of bounds? He is, which will stop the clock, saving the Jets a timeout. 3rd and inches here for this Jets team. Very good at some of these conversions. Yeah, I know, that was a close one, wasn't it? And they power forward with the fullback. And the Jets are going to call the first of their 3 timeouts here. You got to wonder what the Jets are going to run here in this 2-minute offense situation. And Alvin Kamara with a false start on the pre-snap. Not a good start to that first down. The Cowboys defense has been smothering a lot of these wide receivers. We haven't seen much from Wallace or Mims today. And AJ Green with a catch. And the Jets are going to come out into a hurry-up situation again, starting to hurry up on the ball. And Fields is going to get sacked, and they're going to call a timeout. A 3rd and 17. Very long field to go here. Need to make sure that they get somebody in a position to get a first down. Calling some audibles here is Fields. AJ Green wide open, but can't get there. So now the Jets are in 4th down territory. They have to get a play. They are outside of field goal range by far. They need to get a first down. And they're going for Wallace! And Wallace can't come down with it! Wallace can't get positioning on it. The Jets have lost the game. The Cowboys just need to take a few kneels, and this game is over. Dallas wins the Super Bowl. And this is a 3rd down. They ran instead of taking the kneel. The Jets burned their last time out, but it looks like the Cowboys are going to come out in the kneeling situation. And the Cowboys have won the Super Bowl. There is not a chance that the Jets can come back. They have to return it, but there's no time. They kick it out of bounds, and the Cowboys win. It was a rough and tough game from start to finish, but the Cowboys defense winning it for them. The Jets offense blowing their last chance, as we've seen time and time again, doing the normal New York Jets things and screwing it up. Justin Fields is so disappointed. It was a good game though, man. Like, for real, I give this game some props. That was probably one of the hardest Madden games I've played in a Super Bowl. And it was back and forth for a good portion, and then it just got to a point where after they scored that touchdown, their defense locked up. Like, I had, like, very little ability to run the ball. And they started getting that run game going. As soon as I started shutting off that run game, they got their pass game going. But Ezekiel Elliott, 2 touchdowns, 60 yards on 18 touches, gets player of the game. I will gladly take that L on a very back and forth game. Yeah, the whole game, 3 touchdowns. This was a defensive game. And as good as my defense showed up, my offense could not capitalize. There were no turnovers either. There were some close ones, but no turnovers. Congratulations, Dallas. You win the Super Bowl. So, that was a good game. That was a very good game. My hat's off to Madden 21 for finally making a Super Bowl semi-harder. No important players to upgrade. We're just going to auto-upgrade these guys. We do end up with a long-term injury on this right guard. But here, I'll show you what I mean, though, real quick. Here, Chris. Everybody else. On these weekly awards. So, we got Alvin Kamara, 35 carries. Oh, he had over 300 yards. 326 yards. 4 rushing touchdowns. 3 receptions for 30 yards. In that game. So, he ran hard in the playoffs. He was our workhorse when Justin Fields was out, but they really put a game plan together to really counter Alvin Kamara. Alright, man. Thanks for stopping in, though. I'm going to do some free agency stuff and probably end the stream for a bit. So we get some weekly awards. 95 rushing yards by Alvin Kamara. I mean, clearly we're going to get AFC offensive and defensive player of the week. Ezekiel Elliott getting it on their side. He was the player of the games. Probably their Super Bowl MVP, which is what Alvin Kamara probably would have been for us. Let's go ahead and look at these re-signings. He's actually injured, so we're not going to worry about him. Getting hurt in the Super Bowl really hurt us. Quan Lewis, I'm not too big on re-signing him. We're probably actually really tight on cap room. We kind of are. I mean, I'm not seeing anybody that I'm really super... Hello? Okay. Super big on re-signing in here. So, I think the only one I'd be interested in is Roderick Tamir Jr., but him and Quentin Williams really hurt us that game with those roughing the passers. So we're going to go ahead and not re-sign him. If we do, it would be through free agency, and it would be for a very low-cut deal. So let's go ahead and get to free agency week 1. Coming in with 36 mil in cap space. David DeCastro is a free agent. Would be really good for a season to try to help us get to the Super Bowl again. Josh Allen available. He wouldn't be too terrible. Help us get pressure on quarterbacks. Cam Newton actually became available. New England finally moving on from him after us kind of just picking him apart every year. We do need a third running back, though, because we let our guy walk, our third stringer walk. We still have Alvin Kamara and Jordan Howard, so we still have a 1-2 punch dynamic duo situation going on here. I would be okay with bringing in Corey Clement. He doesn't want a huge deal. He only wants 2 years. We're just going to leave that as is. Wide receiver-wise, I mean, Denzel Mims and Wallace have been doing pretty good for us. It would not be a bad idea to bring in a third guy. I do want to see retirements, though. I want to see if we had anybody retire. So, the Cowboys have 2 retirements. AJ Green does retire for us, which I figured was going to happen more sooner than later. And that looks like that's all we have for retirements. We do have a rather younger team. And that frees us up a bit of cap room with AJ Green being out of the picture. So Hardman would not be a terrible grab. But I would like to see what our wide receiver room actually looks like first. I actually think we're okay at wide receiver. We have Flowers, whom is a rookie that we can turn into a slot wide receiver. He's a physical guy. Turn him into a slot wouldn't be too bad. And we still have Goodwin and Barrett Rias. So we'll go ahead and look into free agency here. Maybe something to replace Marcus May. But there's nobody really here. We do need to sign him a backup. Riddick Tamir is not getting any offers. I'm not going to give him a ton of money. And he can stew on that for a little bit. We do not need a free safety. We could use a corner. I want to see where Brian Poole's at for his contract, because I would like to get rid of him. So he'd free us up 4 mil, and he would only be a 2 mil cap hit for next year. Let's see if there's anybody that would be super interested in him. It looks like there's quite a few teams that would be interested in an aging Brian Poole. Looking for somebody that has a big need at corner to get some capital out of him. San Francisco could use a cornerback. Seeing what they have, we could use a guard. San Francisco doesn't even have an offensive line, and they're worried about a corner. Okay. We could bring in another developmental corner, but we have quite a few corners as it is. San Francisco really not looking like the way to go. We could keep him in MetLife and send him to the Giants. And maybe get one of these wide receivers that they have. But like I said before, our wide receiver room is fine. Not really much for offensive linemen. Let's look into their left edges here. And not much that... Oh... Quincy Roach, I think, would be alright. They still have Leonard Williams. We could try to get Leonard Williams and bring the Williams brothers back together, but I'd switch Leonard to a D tackle. Corner is on the list of the Jaguars. I would like to get Miles Jack. Miles Jack being in the prime of his career. We'll see what they think about the idea, and they are not fond of it. They do have an aging veteran guard there on the left side. Did everybody just let their right guards walk? Am I missing a trend here? We could try to get Yannick Ngakoue. That would not be a bad fit for us either, and shift him to D-tackle. He has the size and the ability. I think what we'll do is we'll just put Brian Poole on trade block. And go from there. Denzel Ward still at a good age, though. He's 26. LaShawn Austin's still a good number 2 for us. Maybe finding something to replace Troy Apke wouldn't be too bad, because he's not performing at the level that I would have hoped. We could bring in somebody like Patrick Peterson, an aged veteran, who would make a pretty decent slot corner. There's not much here for cornerbacks. Tavon Young wouldn't be terrible. He is a slot. Just kind of what we're looking for right now is just a slot corner. Eli Apple being available here would not be a terrible idea either. He's quick. And he has decent coverages, but his tackling's just not there. Maybe look for a later round draft pick corner. Would not be a bad idea to find somebody to back up CJ Mosley either. A big year of regression for him, going from almost a 90 to an 84. Even with the big season he had. So finding a replacement for CJ Mosley is getting to a point where it's going to be kind of crucial. But nothing here in free agency. Maybe wait until the draft and pick him up a backup. D tackles, I think we're all right on. I think we're good on our edge rushers. Juwan Taylor, though, actually looking like a pretty decent tackle. Pretty strong, pretty agile. I'll actually offer him a 3-year deal. Bump up this money a little bit. Definitely in some positions of need here with these offensive linemen. He has no bids. We'll go ahead and offer him this deal. Oh, yes, he does. I thought he didn't have bids. I'll offer him a little bit more money, but I do need to make sure that I have enough money to sign some more backups if need be. Connor Williams looking alright. Definitely want to dump some money into this offense this season, because we have been sort of neglecting the O-line. We've been neglecting wide receivers. Jordan Reed available. But we're pretty stacked up at tight ends. And we're going to find ourselves a third-string halfback here. Oh, we did. We ended up putting a bid on Corey Clement. Marcus Mariota, still our backup quarterback here. So we're going to go ahead and see what all we get out of these signings. And the right tackle rejects us. The left guard rejects us. The left guard rejects us. The right tackle rejects us. We got rejected by every offensive lineman that we bid on. And they would have been starters too, so that really hurts because now we're in a really bad situation. We could bring Kevin Zidlier in. Or Brian Winters. Bring in one of these veteran guys. We're going to go ahead and put a 2-year bid down on Drew Samaya. And there's nothing here in right tackle, so we're going to go ahead and pick up a backup right tackle here. And left guard looking like we may need to draft somebody. And we're not going to have a number 1 or first round pick until number 31. So that's going to put a really big hurting on us. Atlanta going crazy on this guy. I'm going to go ahead and put a bid in on Bosman here. Give him a lower deal. He's an aging veteran. He wants 2 years, but I'd rather have him on a 2-year low-end deal than a 2-year high-end deal. We could convert our backup center into one of these needed positions. Marquise Pouncey's available, but we don't need another center. He's a little old to convert, so we have those bids in. Damon Harrison wouldn't be a bad one to bring back to the Jets organization. Brian Burr is still available, but a lot of teams now starting to put their bids on these defensive linemen. Jacob Martin available. Let's go ahead and back out here. And no trade offers for Brian Poole yet, so we might be stuck with him for another year. Let's go ahead into the next week. And here we get a right guard, we get a left guard, and we get a right tackle. So we do get our Gil Becton. We're going to go ahead and keep Becton around for the extra season. We should have another 5th-year option coming up, but we do not. So we're going to go ahead and move forward here. Nothing I really want to put bids on here. I know Corey Clement didn't answer us. And it looks like he's not going to join the team unless I missed it. I could have overlooked it. Yeah, I overlooked it. So the O-line looking about the same as it did this previous season. Not a whole lot of change. A few names and faces. No progression here for Denzel Ward or Marcus Williams, which is rather annoying since CJ Mosley got up to an X Factor. We are getting close to where Marcus May is going to start regressing really bad. I was hoping CJ Mosley wouldn't have regressed as bad as he did. But he got hit hard by the regression. So let's go ahead and start the draft. So while some of these teams are drafting, we're going to take a look here at some of these players. Yeah, we have our standard 1 through 7 picks, and we have an extra 7th round draft pick. I am kind of half tempted to move up for one of these wide receivers, though. Because we don't have a secured number 1 yet. Denzel Mims makes a nice number 2, but we do not have a number 1. Looking to see what all we've been given. No offensive lineman besides a center, and we don't need a center. Maybe look into Hunter Cohen here. Looks like a pretty okay guard. He could probably start right away. But not looking good in the left guard position. Maybe keep an eye on Eric Martin. When it comes to edge rushers, we could use an upgraded edge. But I do want to look at middle linebackers if they got scouted. They did. So Zay Carrington looking like the guy I really want, but we're probably going to get stuck with Theo Setton. But I am going to keep an eye on him. Oh, we're already at pick 4, so some of these guys could have been taken already. We don't need a quarterback, but I do want to look at middle linebackers here. Zay Carrington's still on the board. San Fran takes a corner. So let's go ahead and skip to our next pick. We're going to pause because this is going to take a little bit for me to look through and figure out who I really want. Wide receiver wise, all the wide receivers that I was looking at are gone. Kevin Harris is available along with Juan Downs, but not really what we're looking for. I'd look at them in maybe the second round. Looking like all the O linemen that we were looking at are also gone. Middle linebackers, Theo Sitton is still there. They have a right outside linebacker there. Nothing really in corners. Greg Wade here. We did not look into safeties or anything, so we're going to go ahead and get Theo Steen. He's looking like the most athletic. So let's go ahead and just look at all positions and see what we really have here. Still a center, but we don't need a center. Don't need halfbacks right now. Something I'd probably look into in another year. So it's either Spencer Oliver. But I think we're okay at right outside linebacker. I think that's where we have Shaquem Griffin combined with somebody. So let's go ahead and get Theo Steen here. And he is a 72 overall, ranked in number 27 in true value. Drafted him at 31. Has some upside, but not what you'd call start right away caliber. Blake Cashman's still a much better starting situation for us. Let's go ahead and get to our next pick in round 2. Let's see if there's any wide receivers left on the block on the board. And we do have the 2 that we were looking at. Looking like they're probably our top prospected talent here. But they're not going to be like a number 1, number 2 wide receiver. And that's going to be the biggest issues. That's what we were kind of looking for. We're already stacked. We have 8 wide receivers already. Plus the 2 that we drafted last season. Really no offensive linemen came out of this draft. And with us picking so late, I mean, we could have moved up. But I just didn't see anybody super worth moving up for. We're going to go with one of these wideouts. 4.56. 4.35. We're going to go with Kevin Harris. 71 overall, ranked number 31 in true talent. Has an 89 speed, so definitely what we'd be looking for in a slot wide receiver. But not really what we're looking for. We're at a point now where the talent's going to get very thinned out. So finding any sort of steal, we still don't get anybody with a hidden dev trait, but there is a D tackle here. A power rusher. We could use a second big power rusher body. Go ahead and grab him. Ranked number 47. Got him at 95. That's actually kind of a steal there. Make him a big body to get to the quarterback up the middle. We're getting really late into the draft now. We're into the 4th round. It's going to be a lot more slim pickings here. Another good-looking D tackle here. And he's a scheme fit, but he's 24 years old. Not much room to develop. No one here, though. 21 years old. Doesn't look too bad. He's a run stopper, definite scheme fit. 71 overall, ranked number 35 in true talent. Got him at 127. We're getting some steals on our defensive line here. So we're in the 6th round. Finding any sort of hidden gem talent is going to be very hard now. 3rd round wide receiver, deep threat, but we're stacked at wide receiver. We could bring in a right tackle. 65 overall. A bit of a reach. 171 in true talent. Got him at what, 159? Yeah. I mean, he's strong, but he's developable. That's about it. That's all he's got going for him, is he can be developed. So now we're in the 7th round. And we're going to look for another kick. We're going to look for a kicker and a punter. None of them are scouted. I just kind of look at the reps and see who's got top. So we'll go ahead and get Caleb Scott. The only thing that I can really go by with shooting darts at it is bench press. 63 overall, 85 kick power, 66 accuracy. So definitely not gonna be on our team. But we're in the end of the draft. So this is about the only value spot besides fullbacks, and we drafted a fullback last year. All right, this one's a bit better. That one's a lot better. 78 in true talent, and we got him at number 209, so kind of a steal, I guess. We have one more 7th round pick, so now we're going to look at punters. Sure, we'll just take the top guy here. 63 overall, 88 power, 62 accuracy. Probably still not going to start. And that is the end of the draft. Really not a good draft for us. Again, we get no hidden development traits. We don't get much in terms of, like, starting talent. Maybe in the defensive tackle position we got a little bit, but just overall, not what I'd call a fantastic hit the nail on the head draft, but there was not a lot of room for us to hugely improve on through it, other than maybe getting a slot corner, getting our nickel. But our team's pretty much the same as it was last year, just a few different O linemen and a different third string halfback. Alright, so we do get a few upgrades going into preseason week 1. Thomas Booker here. I'm trying to find a reason to stay on the team. Go ahead and look at free agents and see who's floating around. Rashad Penny. Patrick Peterson actually did not get signed. So I'm going to bring him in here. John Ross is still available, but he is such an injury-bugged wide receiver, and he has been there since the beginning of the league. He's not coming in. But that's going to do it for this episode today, guys. I know it was a little bit longer. I think we're looking at like an hour and a half. And all of it was that Super Bowl game and then just our free agency and draft stuff. But I don't want to make it too much longer for anybody that watches it back. So thank you everybody who tuned in during the live stream. It will be uploaded in the playlist. Hopefully this year we can win the Super Bowl, not just make it to the Super Bowl because we lost the Super Bowl against the Cowboys. But we have high expectations. We have a high ceiling now this year for this Jets defense and the offense. Justin Fields coming in on what, his 3rd year now? Yeah, 3rd year in the league now. So we're really hoping for him to pick it up this season. So don't forget to leave a like. It helps push the channel a little bit with the YouTube algorithm. There's an invite to the Discord server in the description as always. Share it with your friends. If you guys have any suggestions on players to get or anything like that when it comes to draft time or positions, let me know on your advice. Till then, I will catch you guys later. Peace.